Hey everybody, we got interrupted. I'm not gonna keep you long anymore. There's anyways not much I have to say. I was just curious where did I finish my story about my bad experience with mac and cheese today? Barney, Barney, you should do more. What plans do you have to do next? Do you have any plans? You're doing well as you are doing, but you're also good with everybody, and that's good. It's good to be good with everybody, just like I was once upon a time on the YouTube. I put as the thumbnail a picture of my mom. As you can see that she's, yeah, but you're doing well. You should keep on continue, Barney, because you're having, as the girl world is dried out, and like Hugbox chat, you don't have that. You're just yourself, and you know exactly what I mean. I don't have to explain it to you. And this is needed now. This is needed now. And also, it's nice that you don't block me from your chat. But yeah, I wanted to just share. I don't have much to. I said what I had to say actually already, but I want to say, did you hear, Sherry? Did you guys hear about my bad experience with the mac and cheese in the USA? Did I get to that, or did you miss the mac and cheese story? Like, it's just I don't understand it. So today I was thinking, to buy something, and since I'm in the hotel, I'm only depending on the microwave and the fridge. I'm not really, I eat sandwiches, but I don't like always sandwich. I usually, as you know from my cooking. Ah, okay, I told the mac and cheese story. So you got that. But did you ever eat this? Like the one from the store, the one from the box? It's terrible. And what else can I say? I would like to say more, but that's the thing. I have to be so careful. Bunny, you're back. Good. Just a little bit hang out and then we go, because anyways, there's nothing right now. Even if I would quit this stream, where would we hang out? There's no really place to hang out. Carrie is on. I like Carrie. She talks always about Shani and Rev, and she doesn't do this for money. She also does it really for fun. Then, of course, she gets some money, and she has another partner there that also is her co-host, or they host together. I don't know, but she never asks for money. Never. She has never. Carrie has never e-bagged. That's for sure. Hey, Malice Black. Let's talk about this one. And I know that she doesn't mind because I've supported Malice Black, even though at one point, but that that Malice Black, she attacked the lol cow Brianna, which is also known as Pamela, and also known as another name. She has many names, and so Malice Black just went and reacted on this lol cow. And this lol cow got so angry, and it's like a mafia. It really is. But the thing is that these people are people, not Malice Black, but this woman, Brianna, the lol cow, she is IQ. I don't know what IQ, like, I have no idea how low it can go. And they have supporters, and they start to attack Malice Black so badly that today she never showed her face. She never showed her face really on the computer, but she just said, like face to face talk. And she showed herself as she is with no makeup, nothing special. And she said, like, this is just too much. This is crazy. The world is just crazy. It's like she was just reacting like everybody else reacts on Foodie Beauty, and the people became so vicious on her that it affected her mentally. Yeah, Sherry, did you see that? I know I see you sometimes there actually. Why am I being idiot now? I see you sometimes in the chat there. I don't chat much because I know nobody likes me anymore. But I see you sometimes. Do you see that she really got into it? I felt bad for her today. She actually showed her face, she was like she's done with the bullshit and it's just too much. But but Sherry, don't you agree that she does have a little bit of a very mean streak in her? I can sense she has a mean streak in her. But whatever, she just did what everybody else does and reacted. And she put her fairy tale stories to it and her editing, and she had her fun with it. And whatever she wants to be monetized, she at least puts in the work and the time to do those fairy tale things. And you know what I mean, Sherry, right? I'm not wrong in that. So I agree that she's monetized because she does the work. She doesn't just stream snipe and crack stupid jokes. She doesn't do that. But she got really affected. I was shocked today when I saw that. I was thinking to comment or not to comment. I'm like, hey, I'm like, Bali, nobody wants your comments on their site, just keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Yeah, for the wittiest comment. I saw that you also put that comment in Barney's chat. In Barney's comments, you put something about 20 people. But I'm gonna say it now. But like for example, the blondie, whatever we talk. It's open. We're all here to talk open. I'm not being ugly about anyone, and I've been dragged by so many people. So what do I care? Blondie, she's nice. She even was nice to me. She was even nice to. She's nice to everybody. But I'm thinking, like, what is this person's mission? Because they're in all the chats and they want to be the best in all the chats and they want to be the mod in all the chats. And they're such a cheerleader in all the chats for everybody. And I think to myself, what is your point? And I just think to myself, yeah, this is a person that is addicted. For them, this is a drug. This is a drug, the YouTube drug, giving the serotonin and the dopamine and the happy hormones. Otherwise, I don't understand. And then you have some others like, okay, I'm not gonna. I said Blondie, and I know Blondie wouldn't even be mad because I'm not saying anything untrue. I could say some more, but better not. Gaining gird, gaining gird. I thought was cool. That's the whole thing why I'm upset. I'm upset with the gaining gird. I thought gaining gird was cool, and I thought gaining gird was cool with me too. But in the end, gaining gird is not. Gaining gird is also at your mama's chat, sending super chats. Hannibal sending membership all the time, like pretty sad. And also that's why I know they're not good with me, because they give some bad comments about me. What do I care? I don't care. It's not the first and not the last person to do that with me. And people can always assume and but the thing is, the matter of the fact is that I can always have my channel and always talk back and say, hey, you're not right with that. Like pimping, I was pimping. Yeah, I was pimping. But not because I wanted to, because number one, I was forced. And the thing is, the girls they're doing this as a profession. I was not a source. I was not doing anything like going and finding decent girls. And I looked in the newspaper, just like, I don't know, in America. Okay, everything's on the internet nowadays, but in Europe, you have the newspaper. You just open the newspaper, and where all the announcements are, you see there the numbers. And I called those numbers. And I met the girls. And it was not a thing of choice. I was put the condition. I thought, whatever, my dad did it, my mom. This is nothing new to me, it's just I have to understand the guy. He comes to Romania and he wants to have some party. This is nothing new to me, it's just I have to understand the guy. He comes to Romania and he wants to have some party at night, my boss. And he's at least not touching me. and he wants to pay a woman to do that, and there are women that want to get money for this service, and I look in the newspaper to see those women, and I check that they're 18, and I hook them up. But the problem is that my boss didn't pay the women because he thought, I don't know why, because he had the money, and that's where I got disgusted, because he had the money and he was putting me in trouble. And I was thinking to myself, why would a man, if he has the money, why would he not just pay the woman, for her service? And the only answer that I could give myself was because he wanted it to be an ego boost. Oh, I don't have to pay, something like, otherwise it doesn't make sense to me why he wouldn't pay the young girl. Whatever, I said never any minors, but still 18 is still for me young. And even for me 18 was for me too, even though at 18 I was not a virgin anymore, but still 18 is young for that, especially to work. But in Romania, you don't even want to know how many. The streets are full. Not anymore, I haven't been there in a long time, but when I was there, the magazines, the newspapers, and in the end, it's everybody's choice. You can't judge them. Like my mother chose to do that. She was lucky she met my dad, and she didn't have to do it long. Maybe she had to do it for what, 2-3 months. I don't think she suffered too much in those 2-3 months until she got married and had me as her token for life. Coffee. Yeah, he was. He was. He was. But yeah, he was. And he knew that I couldn't go to the police or anything, because in the end I wasn't even working legally, because when I made the company with the Chinese partner, with Joanna, her name is Joanna, and you saw a picture in my video yesterday. When I made the company with her, he tried to scare me when he saw me at the exhibition exhibiting in Milan, Italy, and he got mad. And the security, my ex-boyfriend Steve number one, was with me, and he called security, and they dragged him away, and they told him not to come around my area, my stand, that he should not be coming in, and they have cameras everywhere, because he was threatening me. Got so mad he couldn't control himself, because that guy's a super coke addict. Like, if we're talking about cocaine addiction, finest of the finest. And he couldn't control himself, so they moved him safe. And then I got a letter back in Romania after the exhibition to resume my follow-up work and contact the clients I met and give them offers and so on as it goes. I got an email from him, from a lawyer. I'm being sued for $500,000 for disloyal concurrence. And I had a friend, a lawyer, and I checked and said, laugh about it, ignore the email. And I had a friend, a lawyer, and I checked and said, laugh about it, ignore the email. They can't do anything. He didn't even send me money. Always when he would come to Romania, he would give me an envelope and say, your salary is in there, and for your next trip to Dubai, the money's in there, and put it in the accounting balance. And I would be like, okay. So he had no grounds to sue me for disloyal concurrence. And after that, I didn't reply to the email. And we met each other along the years, during the years as we went to exhibitions. And I met even the bosses, because it was not his company he was working. And I met his bosses because I met them also in Israel. And they were polite and they're very nice. And they told me at one point, after several years, they told me, the main boss came to me and he told me, don't you worry. You don't have to, when you walk past our stand at the exhibition, you don't have to hide or look the other way. You can come and greet us. You have not done anything wrong to us, and we know what happened to you and that you were done wrong to. And that's why I say I have nothing against Israel. That I have something with my boss, yeah, I do. And I have why. and my hatred sometimes just goes too far. But they were really cool with me, and they're like, and they even asked me if I. They told me that they fired him long time ago when I met them at the end. They fired him long time ago, and if I even want to work for them, and so that's why I'm saying life is life. You don't know what to expect and what will come and what will happen. To expect and what will come and what will happen. So that's the story with that. And that he didn't want to pay the girls, that was already embarrassing for me. And in the end, from my money, I would give them something because I didn't know. In the end, it was my name. I was the one that called them, and I arranged the whole thing. And he finished his fun and his business meetings in Romania and goes back to Israel and says to me, okay, I'll see you in 3-4 months. And I'm stuck with the phone calls of these girls. Where's my money? Where's my laptop? And from the deal, you know how much he paid me? He paid me for that job, and I was risking my life. I swear to God now, I was risking my life. I'm not a victim, but I was risking my life, going to Arabic countries and selling for Israel. I was not being honest to my clients. I was saying the company is Romanian, and in China, Romania, I left Israel out of the story. And you know what my salary was? 500 euros. 500 euros per month, not per week, per month. So please, that's 100. That's like what, 130 bucks per week. That was my salary for that travel. And even one of the employees of him, she felt bad for me because they called me back to Israel. I started in what year? 2006. In February, I was in Israel, February, March, and then back Romania, traveling Dubai, Kuwait, Qatar, until all summer. And then after all those trips, in November, in November, they called me back just for 1 week, for meetings and to have resume and all that. And one of the employees there, a lady that she knew the girl that was working before me doing that work for Arab, but she didn't have Austrian passport and was based in Romania. She was based in Israel, but she had a UK passport, so she went with the UK passport. And the lady, she told me, that she was paid per month 4,000. She was paid $4,000. And when she was traveling, she wasn't staying like you in the Holiday Inn and in the cheap hotels. She would in demand to stay in 5-star hotels because she said it's her safety. And the woman said, everybody's surprised at how little he pays you for what you're doing, and how little he pays you for what you're doing and the risk you're assuming, and that you even pick the cheap hotels and you try to not spend money. And we know all the finance. And then I just then whatever. And then that was, I said, okay, fine, whatever. I was already feeling empty and not treated well. And then he came to Rome. That was November. Then he came in December sometime. December or no, it was January after New Year's. He came, and we had to Romania again and again, girls and meetings. And he asked me about other stuff. And I told him at that point, because I knew already about that I'm being paid too little. And I said, I would like to have a salary raise. I have brought you customers. I've brought you sales. I've done my job. I would like a raise. And I didn't even want from 500. I wanted 700, just 200 euros more. I didn't even have a big. And he said, no, you are replaceable. And I said, what? I'm replaceable? That's how easy he said it to me. And then he told me, now I'm going too deep into this. whatever. In the end, I hooked up with the Chinese woman, and he learned his lesson, and he lost his job from the main bosses, and that's the universe. That's why I believe in the universe. So that's the story about that. And then when he said to me, to watch him, have sexual intercourse, that's when I just walked out of the door, and where I knew that this is not good for me. And if you can replace me, please go ahead, replace me. And I wrote that, and I didn't say anything anymore. Nobody wrote me anything back anymore. And I wrote to the Chinese people in China. To Joanna, I wrote her because I was only in contact with her, as because we were always, when clients were having shipments, I had to have the copies of the documents, bill of lading, packing list, commercial invoice, and certificate of origin. Those four documents you need for every package in export, import, export. So I would always be in contact with her on email and on the phone. And I wrote her, it was very nice. I'm sorry that I never got to meet you, but maybe one day we can meet, even if I don't work anymore for this guy. And she wrote me back, I also don't work for him anymore, and you have done such a great job, and I know the job you've done. Let's just make a company together. And that's how the universe works. Is this working still? Is this still working? Again, I have to look for music. Okay, good. So that's my experience with that's the thing. People like, Lara is okay. Lara is okay. She's nice and everything, but today she likes you, tomorrow she doesn't like you. But who am I to? I'm the same also. So I agree with that. Everybody has their own perceptions and views. But she was like, your stories are so horrifying, and it made me ill. I'm like, I'm sorry about it. Like, if imagine you hearing it, it makes you horrified and ill. Imagine how my life was, that it was actually happening to me. Like, I'm sorry that I hurt your ears. And but you know that, hey, Lara is okay, is here. You see how this is? You see the universe, that I talked about you and you're here and I didn't even know it. You didn't even say hello to me, Lara. You're just listening, lurking in the background. I got it. That's why I said everybody has their different perspectives in life. We cannot all see it the same. And I know that my stories are terrible, and I know some. I got it. That's why I said everybody has their different perspectives in life. We cannot all see it the same. And I know that my stories are terrible, and I know sometimes I'm not right in what I say, because I'm not a perfect human being. And I never said that I was one. I just said that I have some more experiences than other people, because I did travel the world, and I did have an abnormal life, abnormal upbringing, and the things I've seen, and it, for me, it carries the positive and the negative, and I share it. And maybe some people like you, Lara, they're like, whoa, I don't want to hear this, I don't want to hear it. Like, also the friend, the man reactor that hates me, What did he say today? That, anyways, he said a lot. He always says bad things about me. What did he say today? I don't know. He just says bad things in the end, and that's the point. The thing is, he doesn't know me. And why is he listening to my private stories? And he talks about me more than I talk about him. If I make a study about my YouTube, and I study how much I've talked at the beginning, I talked majority about foodie beauty. Then I talked a little bit about Pete's, and then about other reactors, and then I also always lift up channels that I like. Everybody knows that. I even wonder, where's Jessica Messica until today? What's she doing? Number one, and where's Lone Entourage? Lone Entourage, are they having a holiday summer break? Are they on holiday or something? Like Milk Tea. Milk Tea, honestly, I'm not a fan, and I don't watch. I'm not even subscribed. It's not fun for me, but I do like to watch her because she says it as it is. She's a smart woman, and she doesn't bullshit around. That's what I like. She says it as it is. So I hands up for Milk Tea. She's not funny, but she says the truth. Hey, this is not possible, and this is not possible. She just puts it out there for the idiots. For the idiots. That's simply what she does. The Milk Tea. And I lift up and I look everywhere. Yeah, I don't mind to talk about my personal life, Sherry, because I think many people can maybe learn from it, because the things that I've experienced, many other people have not. For example, I want to learn, like, for example, Jessica Messica has had children. She doesn't look like she had children. She doesn't seem, from her body or from her behavior, she doesn't seem like a person that had children. But maybe that's in my image. Me, I always was afraid to have children because I said it doesn't suit me. I don't see myself as a mom. And all the people in my life told me, you're such a good, warm-hearted person, and you have so much to give. Like, that's the whole point. You must make a child to pass it on. And I didn't get it, and I was just chicken shit to have children. And so I admired the women that, and I ask often, how did you decide, and was it hard, and how was the labor, and how did you give birth, and then after, when you had the child, how did you feel? Were you panicked, or were you happy? Or, because these are things that I don't know, and I just want to understand things that I don't know. And I know many people on YouTube, they have fun like I have, but they have kids, they have families. Missy Moo, for example, look at Missy Moo. She has grown-up kids. Look at T and Sass. T and Sass has already on YouTube and being cool, and still, like, I admire that. Well, it is kind of what it is, Lara. What do you want me to tell you? Have you lived in Romania in the times that I've lived? If you go on, we were running a nightclub, and we were sponsored by Red Bull and by Absolute Vodka, and we were bringing DJs from Holland, from Germany, from Prague, from Czech Republic. Every weekend, we were just in parties, and we were earning money. And we were somebody, and we were just, what? How old were we? I was 19, and Steve was 20, and we were somebody in Romania running that club. And even the mafia came. If Negutare, there's one Romanian person that goes Your Mama chat, and also Jessica Messica chat, and they're from Romania, and we talked already. If you know Nicu Ghiara, the mafia, they came to the club, and they're like, who are you kids, you foreign kids, whose club is this? And it was from a Dutch guy that was washing money, whatever. So he was hiding. and he was just putting us to run the club and make money. But while he was, whatever, Romania, old times, old days, and the mafia came and they're like, you have to shut down your club. And we were like, why? What are we doing wrong in there? Because people are not coming to my parties. Who are you? And they're like, I'm like, and they didn't want to talk to my ex-boyfriend Steve, because he was always high on ecstasy. You couldn't talk to the guy. So I was the responsible one. I was not taking cocaine back then. I smoked some weed. And maybe so now and then I took a quarter of a pill of ecstasy. I would never take a whole one because I was chicken shit. I was too afraid to take a whole one. Never in my life I took a whole pill. Never. A quarter, and then maybe after 4 hours another quarter, to keep me awake and keep me dancing. But anyway, they talked to me and they're like, girl, you don't understand, this is Romania. I don't know what you're doing. And we're making parties, we're sponsored, and we're just and the guy told me, you have 2 weeks, 2 more weekends, finish your parties, don't plan any others, and close. And that's what we had to do. We had to stop working and stop it. And I tell the Dutch guy, we're done. Here's your keys. You continue your club, because we're not getting in mess with the mafia in Romania. We're not powerful. We don't have backup for that shit. And that was that story. So yeah, some people don't understand my stories. And I get that. But that's why I say I'm lucky that I still have, my Facebook and pictures, and when I talk, and if somebody doesn't believe me, because all the other people don't have lives and don't have anything to talk about, if somebody doesn't believe me, they can just, hit me up, and I can boom, throw out the pictures. And that pisses people off. It is a little bit of an envy there. But the thing is, they don't have to envy me, because now I'm just a loser like them on the internet. No, I'm not better. I'm not any better. I'm just a loser hanging out, telling my stories, talking about my stories and my thoughts and my opinion, my raw opinions. I don't get the joke with draws a window on the wall. Yeah, whatever. I don't mind talking about mine, Shetty. I don't mind, because I will forget. And you know that I already forgot a lot. Because I have a lot of people writing me because they feel bad. They feel that I lost myself. People feel. Let me not get emotional. They tell me, don't forget who you are. Don't forget who you are. And I keep saying to myself, that's who I was. But no, people are like trying to, get back on your feet. Get back. Don't forget who you are. Everybody has slips and has bad moments in life. And of course, mine is understandable. Not because I'm a victim, but mine is understandable with COVID, with that I was in COVID on an island, and that I lost my investment and I couldn't continue my restaurant because too many years passed and my motivation was just gone. And at the same time, my mother and me, were like, she's like, Bali's my point. The thing is, when I went to Bali, she was the one who told me, make a restaurant. I told her I have money to invest. I wanted to do something completely different with my money. And she was like, no, I know what to do. And I thought, it's my mom, and my mom knows best. And my parents always had success in business. And why not make it easy on myself, So I'm like, okay, look, this is the money. And she's like, okay, you have to do this, boom, boom, boom. And she set it all up how she wanted. And I was happy with the result. And it made money. But I could have made the same amount of money with not putting all my money in this investment. But she was the one that, no, you have to have a Italian coffee machine. I'm like, who the hell drinks coffee in Bali? How many coffees do I have to sell to make this machine worthwhile? I prefer not to put a special original coffee from Italy on the menu. Let me just put the normal simple coffee, simple coffee. But no, it had to be up to her standards, the lady, the queen. And I did it. I was like, okay, my mom knows, just let her do. And then at the end, my mom turned around and did what she did to me and treated me the way she did. My investment went where it went. My beauty and my health went where it went. My mental state went where it went. And yeah, I slipped. I'm not a victim. It happens to many people. Happens to many people. That doesn't mean that a slip doesn't you cannot build yourself back up. Takes some time, of course. It's not easy, but many people do it. I'm not the first nor the last that I have met such a struggle in life, that I had a slip. And I'm glad it happened to me, right now, because now I'm still not yet 40 and I'm already lifting myself, even though my situation is hard with Steve and my marriage and my America and all that. But as you can see mentally, the way my brain is functioning and everything, I'm building myself back up and looking out for my benefit and into the future. That I give a lot of faith into the universe. I do, because I realize in life, the more you try to control things and guide things, the more you fuck it up. And just put your example with my trying to control behind the scenes with you know who. Let me not mention that name. You know who. Oh, I fucked myself over big time because I was bored. What? Because I was bored? Because I said, you have no influence in this girl world and your channel is nothing. You react and you react and nobody listens to you. I'm like, but somebody listens there, so let me infiltrate myself. And that was stupid. If I could knock myself out and punch my teeth out for that action, I would, but I can't. It happened. I pay the price now. I'm the one that's blocking all the chats. Sarah Lee, you're getting ready for bed. Me too. Tomorrow I have to go to my mother-in-law because she needs some help. She doesn't. She has a lot of family. In America, a lot of family. But nobody really has time. And I can't. If she asks me, she calls me every day. If she asks me, she needs some help, how can I say no? I have never been able to say no to anyone, to no one. Yes, I have said no, of course, to my employees and everything when they would come always, can I borrow, can I borrow, can I borrow, can I borrow? But to friends or to family to say no, I don't have time to help you or I don't feel like it, I have never done that in my life. And the universe knows that. I'm exaggerating with you. Let's go back talking about my Yo Mama shrine. I have to take some more pictures of him tomorrow and print them out and put new ones on my shrine. I think this is very necessary so that maybe that he will answer my emails. Sarali, good night and thank you so much for coming. I love you a lot. You're smart. I know you're smart and you've been following me and I know you from what you say in other chats and you're very smart. Even though your picture, you look like very young. You look like maybe you're 23, 24. But you're very smart. Yeah. Your mama, yeah. The thing is, I'll tell you honestly, I love talking about your mama. The thing is, I know your mama knows me because he knows me from the beginning of his chats, and he even told me he was the first one that put the shame in my face and said, "Hey, you were good with everybody, and everybody liked you. Like, why did you feel the need to do this? You just ruined it all for yourself." He just said it as it is, just very short and to the point, and nothing more. And he never mentioned it again. And that was exactly like a brother or a good friend would say to you, not insulting you or something, but telling you as it is. Why did you feel the need to do that? Like, why were you so stupid to 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 do that? And he was right. And that's why I like him, and I like his shows, of course, and him as an entertainer. But the thing is, I know that he would never come in my chat, and I maybe he listens sometimes because he's bored and he's everywhere. Yesterday, apparently, he was in S Jump's girlfriend's chat or something like that. But he will never come and comment. Number one, because he doesn't want to deal with crazy people. Number one, and number two, he knows that I'm a good person and what I say is pretty much not always accurate, but I'm not wrong. But yet he cannot back me up because I'm not liked in the community. It's not in his interest for his channel or for his reputation to back me up. But I know that he knows that I know that he agrees with a lot that I say. It doesn't need to be communicated to one another. Number two, that. And number three, he will never come in this chat because my chat is not about girl world. I'm not like the other chats like Jessica Messica, just focused on girl world. And nah, he actually knows, hey, this she really has real issues and real stories, and he doesn't want to get into that drama. He wants to keep it, strictly focused on girl world and on fun. And since he knows that apart from that ugly story with Nader, I have really no connection to girl world except that I react a little bit here and there. That's it. For him, it's not. It hasn't makes no sense for him to come in the chat and to say hey, hello, because he knows that there's no point to that except maybe to make me feel flattered. But he knows that I don't need even that attention. He can reply one email if he wants. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Your mama, if you ever listen to this, you don't reply any email of mine. You're doing your smart guy to not reply. I would never show his emails, but anyhow. No, Sherry. He doesn't like Foodie Beauty, but Foodie Beauty is boring. What do you want him to say? Oh, look at how disgusting her teeth are. Look at the hibaya. It's too tight. It's too tight for her. Oh, look at how she's eating. It's all said and oversaid. It's expired. It's not funny anymore. It's already maybe for somebody that's new in the community or for the new people. Yeah, for them it might be interesting. But for people like MCM Reacts, that is very old in the community, and you can look at her channel. She has one. I advise you. Um, for people like that, like we've heard of this. It's already we've like it's not even funny anymore. Like you have to be really an idiot to still laugh about it and to still be interested about Foodie Beauty's teeth and hygiene and overweight. Like how many more years are you gonna be talking and laughing about this? It means that you're stuck in a rut, stuck in some obsession. But I'm telling you, all these people, there's a lot of people, they're just stuck on chats. And I understand because I was one of them when I was in Bali, not when I'm in America with Steve. And I still want to keep on track, but with my favorites like your mama, I keep on, but I can't anymore in all the chat follow Kaya. And like I said the other day, I can't catch all the highlights because I can't watch some people like the man that hates me in the community that is a reactor also. I'm not mentioning, you see, I can control myself. People say I'm drunk. I can control myself. I'm not mentioning his name, am I? He said, now I got stuck with the name and now I lost my thread. I was like so proud. You see, I can control myself. And then like now I'm like, what was I gonna say about him? I don't know, but he said a lot. I don't know. I forgot. I'm not going. It wasn't important for sure. You talked shit on. I know I did. That's why I'm saying Shetty. Shetty. That is. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad you like MCM. Everybody has the right to their opinion. Maybe you know her from a different angle that I don't know. That's why I say I cannot compare my perspective to your perspective. You have had your experience on YouTube. I have had mine. I know my people. Like I like you, Sarili. I like Irene. I like Nikki. I like Sherry. Sherry even sometimes, comments to me, "Hey, what are you doing?" Da, 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 da. And I say to Sherry, "Well, Sherry, da, 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 da." But we're still friends in the end of the day. It's just YouTube. But some people just take it too seriously, and cheerleading on the chat, and mods, like, what the hell? Mod, what is a mod? A mod for me is an idiot that does work for free, honestly, because in the end you want to be part of the chat and you want to have fun, no? But if you're a mod, because I was a mod at T and Sass chat and I didn't even ask to be a mod there, she put me because it's a compliment to have the name in blue, and it was nice and I felt very flattered, honestly. But in the end, when you're in the chat, what happens is that all the comments, it's like yes, no, allowed, no, yes, no, allowed, yes, no, allowed, no. Well, that's no fun. Where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in that? And all these obsessed people, because in the real life, they have no importance or significance or purpose or relevance. They found it on the YouTube in the chats. And that's Blondie. And that's Blondie. And I say it as it is. Before also, I think, where's Shenanigans? Shenanigans is no more anywhere. She was number one mod everywhere. Also Shenanigans. She was kind to me too. I can't say anything bad. I'm just talking about the whole concept of mod. What is the concept of mod? And the reactor that hates me. I said does not like me. He specifically said he hates me. Said thank you to my mods and the mods. Like, oh God, can you not lick each other more in the ass? Like, are your heads not already brown from how far and how deep you stick your asses up one another's asses? Like, I'm saying it as it is. I can't take the fakeness and the superficiality and the bullshit behind it. Behind what? Behind dragging Foodie Beauty and talking about her teeth and how there's ghosts in her curtains and about S Jam. Like, are you all kind of like losing it? Now I'm getting too hyped up. I have to calm myself down, cool down, cool down, cool down. But I just want to make a point, and I know that I have a point in what I'm saying. Sarili, I don't mind if why you're not anymore mod. You must have had a choice. It's good that you like Blondie. I also like Blondie. She's not mean. She's a nice person. I'm just saying, what is her point in all this cheerleading around the chats? Kamyan, Hannibal, everywhere. She's a cheerleader everywhere. I'm just a cheerleader for your mama, and I stick to that. And I have my reasoning why. And I say it every day, and I explain it every day why I am a cheerleader for him. But what is these people cheerleading for all the other small channels and so much sucking up? And like I said, their heads are brown from how deep they go in the ass of the other people, creators and all that. It's just very pathetic, lame, and sad. Losers with no life and relevance in the real world. That's what it is. I know I'm talking from experience because now I'm in this position now. If I still, do you think that if I had my life that I had 3-4 years ago, that I would ever be spending this time that I'm spending on YouTube? No way, no way. And normal people that have lives like normal lives, they don't do that. Maybe they come and they check so now and then, for fun. What happened in girl world? Or but going through all the chats and modding and cheerleading and all of them from morning to evening every day, it's a sickness. It's a sickness, but yeah, nobody will admit to it, especially the creators that get money off this will never admit to it. Miss Fields, I liked Miss Fields a lot. And you know that did you Sarili, did you see my videos on Miss Fields that I complimented her and I said, look, this is a strong woman. She said this girl world is too toxic for her, and she just took a break 6 months, and she hit it back with her channel with the same name. She just changed content 360 degrees. She made a crime, not crime, like court case documentaries, and you know that her views, boom, boosted more than Girl World. And that is the universe. She deserved that success. She did the right thing. She acted with dignity. She acted with dignity, and I'm so proud, and I'm so glad the universe, gives rewards people like that. She deserves that. She deserves the success for being a better person than most idiots in this community. And I stand to that 100%. And that's my opinion regards Miss Fields. Sareli, do you know what I'm talking about? It's okay to be a mod, Sherry. Don't take it so personal. I was also mod for T and Sass, but I'm just saying, who wants to be a mod? I was put for T and Sass mod. She did. I didn't say, can I be a mod? Like Jessica Messica to at the beginning of your mod. Can I be a mod? Let Jessica be a mod. Let just. Oh God, how desperate, sad, sadly desperate. Like, go out in the world and be somebody, not on YouTube, and you're not even paid to be a mod. That's the whole point. Who wants to be a mod? What's the point? If you if you really support somebody, maybe they're your friend. I would be, but for me to be a mod, like why would I want to be a mod? To assume responsibility instead of having fun? Why? Why? To work for somebody while they're earning money off doing almost nothing? And instead of me just having fun? Doesn't make sense to me, but that's me. Other people maybe see it differently. I just think that people that have the drive and want to be mods are people that lack significance, relevance, and purpose out in the real world. So they try to find it on the internet, and they think, oh, I'm a mod there, I feel a little bit more important. That's the only reasoning I can give. If you can give me another reasoning, hit me up with it. Throw it at me. To be a mod is good because this and this and this and this. Maybe I don't know, because as you know, I don't know my YouTube. Even the man today, the reactor that hates me, said she doesn't know how to do anything on YouTube. She could never hack. She doesn't know anything on YouTube. I don't. I really don't. I'm learning. But I think from what I've learned in the past 3 years, it's not even bad. I think I learned pretty good. Not about editing and about videos, but there's no purpose for me to do that because I never intended to make a fancy channel. If I were in Bali still and I could make nice videos there, travel vlogs, maybe. And in Bali, I have some about my channel. And they're like, what's your channel about? I'm like, yeah, about Bali, about reacting. And they are successful YouTubers. I can give a link also to one of my friends I went to school with. He's a very successful one. And he's like, you have to have cameras. You have to know how to use cameras. It's really not. And he's like, are you willing to learn all this and invest in it? And I'm like, no, because I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not an entertainer. I'm like, I just want to waste some time and express myself and do something with my time that I can reflect on later. But I'm not intending to get professional in this. So then my friend told me, leave it, just have your fun with the channel. Use it for what it is. But it's not easy to be a YouTuber. That's what he told me. And then he was right 100%. Sherry, you're also a lot. I'm also a lot on the internet, but you know what I'm doing in my life. You understand. I'm not going to ask you why you're so much on the internet. But for example, Blondie is 24/7 on the internet, I think. for me, the thing is, you can say, "Hey, Bali, you also your head is brown from how much you stick